I used to think becoming a millionaire was extremely hard until I found out that all it takes is third grade math and a plan with that third grade math. The third grade math is addition, subtraction, division, multiplication. That's it. And the plan is whatever you choose. So in this video, I'll be breaking down my plan, my investing strategy, things that I'm doing currently, and things that I'm going to do in the future in order to expedite my paper millionaire status. I'm already a millionaire. Let's just put that out there. I've been a millionaire for a while now, right? Not on paper, not in my bank account, but here. I've been a millionaire here for a while because you mentally have to see yourself there before it becomes a reality. After you put in the work, after you work your plan, boom, you'll be a millionaire in real life, but that takes time. So that's what I'll be talking about in this video. I go by the name of Q. If you're unfamiliar, if you are familiar, shout out to you. Welcome back to the channel. This video is something that I've been working on for a little bit, or not even working on, but I've been meaning to put this type of content out. I've documented some of the investments I've made throughout the channel very sporadically, but I want to fine tune it here in this video so people can get a clear understanding, right? As far as investing, as far as having a plan, as far as reaching millionaire status, like I said, it's not hard. It's not hard. It's not easy either, but it is simple. I mentioned third grade math as well, which is addition, subtraction, division, multiplication. That's it. Addition, subtraction, division, multiplication. So with the addition portion, you want to accumulate and add as many assets to your portfolio as possible. Asset accumulation is very important, and this is something that I learned over time, and it's something that I actually understand more and more what people meant when they would tell me this in the past. The more assets you have, the better. The more assets you have, the better. Let me say that one more time. The more assets you have, the better. Now for the subtraction portion, you want to subtract all of the liabilities from your life. Like any liabilities that you have, you want to subtract those. You want to get rid of those. You want to minimize those. Subtract your liabilities, add your assets, and all of that in between. That's where the magic happens. So assets are things like stocks, real estate, bonds, crypto, businesses, you name it. We all know what assets are. Things that appreciate and gain value over time that makes you money. Those are assets. And liabilities are things that takes money from you. Even this house, my home is technically a liability because I pay a mortgage every month, but nothing comes back to me. Yes, we get a little bit of appreciation, right? There's a little bit of equity that's built up, but it's all imaginary money because if I'm not utilizing it, then it's nothing. So liabilities take money from you and assets pay you. So add the assets, lessen the liabilities. Now, as far as my investing strategy goes, it's plain and simple, really simple. I try not to overcomplicate things. I follow the KISS method, which is keep it simple, stupid. If you've never heard of that, I suggest you tap into that. It's not even deep. It's literally how it sounds. Keep it simple, stupid. Okay, simple as that. So my Roth IRA is one of my major factors of my wealth building. So within a Roth IRA, if you're unfamiliar with a Roth IRA is, it's nothing but a post-tax, tax-advantage investment account. So you pay taxes up front with your investments, and on the back end, all of the assets that you acquire within your Roth IRA, those assets grow tax-free. So that's the beauty of it. That's the benefit of a Roth IRA. So you pay the tax up front, and in the future, the assets that you purchase, they grow. The capital gains, so the money you make from the money you invested, those grow tax-free. Also, if those investments paid a dividend, then those dividends are tax-free as well. So it's a beautiful thing is what I'm doing with the Roth, and I highly recommend anybody who isn't investing into a Roth IRA who's eligible to do so. I love my Roth. I've had it for 3 years, and I've maxed it out for 2 out of the 3 years, and for 2022, I'm well on my way to maxing it out, right? I'm more than halfway of the way there, and I'll give an update soon. Now, in order to max a Roth IRA out, it takes $6,000. So for me, I'm 33 years old. I make $70,000 per year. So I'm under the threshold. So I don't make too much money where I'm ineligible. And I have the age range where I'm eligible to only contribute $6,000. I put $6,000 into my Roth IRA for 2020. I put $6,000 into my Roth IRA for 2021. And like I said, I'm halfway of the way to maxing out my Roth IRA for 2022. I'm just just over $3,000. And that's what I plan on doing within the next month or so. Keeping it simple, I'm investing in index funds. So VTI is one of my major holdings within my Roth IRA. It's literally my dominant player. It's soon to be my #1 overall holding because I do hold a lot of realty income. I have over 100 shares of realty income, but that's in an individual brokerage account. So within my Roth, I focus on that first. I try to max that out first. Before I do anything else investment wise, I try to max my Roth IRA out. And after I max my Roth IRA out, then I figure out what else I can do with my money. So any surplus income after that $6,000 goes into my Roth, I figure out the best ways to utilize it. Now, y'all know I am a lover of real estate. I love real estate. I just bought my first home. I just bought my first property, and I've been bit by the bug before I even own real estate because I know how much wealth is created from it. Like, people look at real estate as just bricks and mortar. It's deeper than that. People look at real estate as just a place to live and lay your head. It's much deeper than that. Most of America's wealth is built through real estate. All of the richest people in the world own real estate. Everywhere you go on this earth is real estate. And you know, it's something that I never even paid attention to until probably 5-6 years ago. I have a friend named Erica Williams, so I suggest y'all go check her out. Erica, if you watching this video, shout out to you. Erica Williams has a saying that says all roads lead to real estate, and that's such a real thing, man. Even when you die, and I'm not trying to be morbid, but the cemetery, that's real estate. The funeral home, that's real estate. So you are paying for real estate from birth till death. And like she said, like Erica said, all roads lead to real estate. So I've been very mindful of that. So right now I'm focused on acquiring rental properties. Like I said, I'm tapped into my personal home, my primary residence with my family. Okay, I got that secured. My Roth IRA is well on its way to being maxed out. Okay, I got that secured. So my main focus now is to acquire a duplex or better. I'm trying to buy a couple doors. So when you buy a duplex, there's one foundation, there's one roof, but there's two units that could be rented out to tenants, and that could garner you some cash flow, some passive income, and it's less maintenance required, and it's almost easier to get a duplex or a triplex or a quad than it is a single family home. And this is something I knew, right? I actually wanted to do this before I purchased my primary, but it is what it is. So I'm on the market to purchase as many investment properties as I can in the next couple years, and I plan on renting them all out, whether it's long-term rentals, right, or whether it's short-term like Airbnb or VRBO or whatever. So I'm gonna be in that very soon. But as far as the investing side goes, on the stock side, I'm actually chilling right now. After I max out my Roth IRA, I plan on just stacking cash because it's a lot of opportunity in the market right now. If you're familiar with what's going on in the economy, the stock market is actually tanking, which isn't a bad thing because that only means that stocks are on sale. Stocks are on sale, right? For 2020 pandemic prices, those are the prices you can get to accumulate assets today in 2022. So one of my favorite investments I'll mention again is VTI, which is the ETF version of the Vanguard Total Stock Market Index Fund. And I love it so much because it's very diverse. Now, we all heard don't put your eggs in one basket. We've all heard about how important diversification is. You buy it, you hold it, and you wait. Buy it, hold it, wait. And in the future, we don't know when, nobody has a crystal ball, but in the future, 9 times out of 10, those assets will go up because that's what the stock market is designed to do. So I'm buying stocks while they're down, and I'm stacking cash at the same time while I wait for investment opportunities on the real estate side. And that's pretty much it, to be honest. And it sounds simple, right? Because it is that simple. It really is that simple. In order to create $1 million, you have to come up with a plan. I just laid my plan out. Roth IRA, individual brokerage account, real estate. With those three, even just with the Roth alone, it could shoot me to millionaire status. But again, it won't happen overnight. Let me reiterate that. It will not happen overnight. That's another thing that people get confused, where it's like, yes, I plan on becoming a millionaire, but it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. I've been on my financial journey for 6 years already, and I'm just now cracking that 100K mile marker of net worth. And this is something where I gotta say that this is something that people get confused all the time. A lot of people want fast money. A lot of people want to get rich quick, get rich overnight. That's not how that happens. That is not how that happens. Fast money don't last. Fast money don't last. For all the lottery winners out there, ask them how long have they held on to their riches. There's a statistic statistic out there. The statistic says that most lottery winners, they only hold their money for 5 years before they're right back broke to where they started, and then they start to cycle over. A lot of NFL players, they go broke and blow their money because they didn't have that proper foundation. Yes, they worked their way up throughout their life to get good at the craft of whatever sport they're playing, but when they get that money, they don't have that guidance, they don't have that financial foundation to set them up. They may make wrong investments, or they may get wrong financial advice, and then NFL stands for not for long. The average NFL career is 3 to 5 years. After your NFL career, then what? Once you get rich, you know you want to spend money and blow it like it's always gonna come in. But no, that money is not always gonna come in because you're working for it. If you have investments that generate passive income, then that money will always come in. So you have to invest that money into assets. In closing, I'll say this: you do want to have a substantial amount of income. I mentioned I'm currently making $70,000. That's a little bit above average, right? 70K, that's a lot of money to a lot of people. I understand that, but I do know that 70K, it's even a lot of money for me. If I'm being honest, it's a lot of money for me. It's the most money I've ever made in my life, but I plan on making more. I was making 65K last year. This year I'm making 70K, and next year I plan on making more. I'm actually on track to do that because that's where my focus is. The more money you make, the more money you have to deploy into investments that can make you more money in perpetuity. You pretty much put yourself on an infinite money glitch, and it's just a beautiful thing, man. So make sure you're focused on increasing your income at all costs. No matter where you are, focus on making more money. Right now, the dollar is doing a little bit better, but the dollar is still trash due to inflation right now. The dollar it's always gonna lose value. The dollar is a depreciating asset. That dollar loses more and more value every day due to inflation. So what you have to do is make more money. The more money you make, like I said, the more money you have to deploy into assets that'll make you more money in perpetuity. It can set you up for an early retirement, a regular retirement. It can just set you up for a better financial life overall, and that's what I'm in pursuit of. I don't want to work until I'm 70 years old. I don't even want to work until I'm 60 if I'm keeping it a buck, unless it's doing something that I actually love and that I actually want to do. So that's my goal. Early retirement, financial independence. If you're unaware, you're aware now. I want to be able to do what I want when I want, enjoy my life, enjoy my kids, and do more of this. Like, I really enjoy teaching financial education. I really enjoy interacting with this community. I also have a lot more things to share. So if you're not a member of the Q Crew, do yourself a favor and click the join button below. On that side, I actually have some exclusive content, some exclusive insight. You get more one-on-one with me, and it's also a way to support the channel. So I share my real numbers from this house. Over there. I share the equity that I've accrued in the month and a half that I've been here, and I'm also just sharing more behind the scenes stuff into my life, into my money situation, things that just aren't meant for the actual YouTube, because the algorithm hates for whatever reason. I don't know if it's me, I don't know if it's the content I'm putting out, but the algorithm, it hates on certain things. But again, the support y'all show on this side is still appreciated. Don't take it as that, but become a member of the Q Crew and you'll see what I'm talking about. Like this video if you like it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Also follow me on IG, Q Makes It Happen on Instagram. I go by the name of Q, and like I always say, if Q can make it happen, you can make it happen. I'll holler at y'all next video. Peace.